Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install 99 to 06 Silverado or Sierra 1500 upper control arms. So these are the ones I'm putting on my truck. They are Cognito, and they don't have to be Cognito. This will work for any installation. They are all about the same. The parts on the arms are going to be a little bit different, but first thing you're going to want to do is jack up the truck like I've got it here so the tire is off the ground. I took the cap off. See it right there. And so I'm going to take the tire off, and I'll get the other tire off, and then I'll catch up with you after that. All right, guys, so now that you got the truck jacked up, you got to make sure it's jacked up under, you have supports under the lower control arm, because we're going to be taking this upper control arm off, and as soon as this comes off, everything's going to droop down. So you need to support it under the lower control arm. I have a jack under both lower control arms and the lift under the cross member in the front. That's just where I lifted the truck and I just left it there. You don't need that there. And it was so covered in brake dust and mud under here, so I took a little time and cleaned everything off. But now what we have to start doing is disassemble the upper control arm. So first you're going to need an 18mm wrench, and right under here where this connects to the spindle, you're going to need to loosen the upper control arm's ball joint. It's kind of tight fit, but you get it in there. Break it loose. So now we got that loosened with the 18. You just get it loose until you can turn it with your fingers, and then you leave that connected. And now you're going to come up here and here with you need two 21mm wrenches. I only have one 21mm wrench, so I'm using an adjustable on the other side. So you hold one side down, get it tight, get this on the other side, and now you got to break these and loosen these up, that side and that side. I'll catch up with you once I got those off. All right, so real quick, we loosened the nut over here and the nut over here, and we pulled these out. Make sure you put them back together the way they were, because you're going to reuse these with the new upper control arms you're putting in. And there's one issue with this one. The brake line, the ABS line, it's in the way. You can see right there. So I need to get the wrench that goes on there. We're going to take that off, move it out of the way, take this out, and then we'll be ready to go. And you also need to undo the brake line on the upper control arm. So I'm going to get the right size wrenches for that, and then we're going to get that off, and then we're going to get these out. All right, guys, so I found out the top bolt that we need to take out is a 13, and the one on the control arm itself is a 10. So go ahead, loosen those up. Put the brackets to the side. We'll put those back on after we have the new arms in place. All right, guys, so we got both of these out. These are what hold the upper control arms in up here. So now that those are out, put those together, put them in a safe space on the ground where you're not going to lose them and get them confused with anything else. And we got the 10mm out that was on the upper control arm, put that to the side, and the 13mm out that was holding the brake line in up here. So I'm putting those to the side because those are going to go back on once we have the new arm on. And now they're disconnected at the top, but they're still on at the bottom. So now we're going to take the bolt, or the nut, off of the bottom of the spindle for the upper control arm. Put this to the side. You're not going to reuse that, so do with it what you want. Now we have to break this loose. So I think the best way, you're going to get a mallet and tap on the bottom of it, and you don't have to worry about destroying this arm because you're not reusing it. And so get a hammer, tap the bottom, and this will pop right out, and I'll be back after that. All right, guys, that was actually a little harder than I thought. I ended up tapping the bottom with the mallet, and it was not coming out. So I had to get my pickle fork. You shove it in there, and then hit this side with the hammer. It's tapered, so it goes in, lifts it up, takes it right out. All right, guys, so we got the old control arm taken apart and thrown away. We got the new one. Some come put together. The Cognitos do not come put together, so I assembled both arms over there, and you just put the ball joint in place, bolt it down here and here and here. There are four. And then I haven't put it in yet, so you put it to where it would go. The old one, you shove it in. It's a tight fit. All right, guys, once you got the arms into place, you're going to take the old stuff that you used in the stock arms, and you're going to put this back through. This is the one we had to get the brake line out of the way for. And you put it all back together the way it was before. And then that's where you're going to need two 21s, and you tighten that down. I'm going to do the other side, and then I'll catch back up with you guys once it's all put together. All right, guys, so once you got the top part put together, you're going to push the spindle back into place, and you're gonna lift the the upper control arm and drop the ball joint into place. Put the nut on the bottom, depending on what you get, what kit you get. They're gonna be different sizes, so I'm not telling you the size of that one. So just get that part finger tight, and now you're gonna wanna put your brake line back together on the Cognito arms. They do have a mount for them. So get that the brake line all put together. If you need to zip tie it somewhere, they give you zip ties in the kit I got to make it look nice and neat. So I'm gonna do that, and then after that, I'll meet back. All right, guys, I got the upper control arm installed. You tighten it down in all 3 spots, and then make sure you grease your fitting. That's very important. So I just greased it. So I'm gonna put the tire back on, go do the other side, and then I will meet up with you guys after, and we'll do a test of how low it droops compared to how low it drooped before, because these are meant to increase your travel by 20%. All right, see you after. All right, guys, so we got it all finished. The tires are back on. It looks really good. It's a much bigger ball joint, so a lot more travel. As you could just see, it did increase the travel a lot. And these really go a lot better with the shocks, and everything looks a lot better. I got both sides done. And if you will look at this, that is at straight. That tire is turned. And that one's turned too, but not as bad. And the steering wheel inside is straight. So I am definitely going to need an alignment. I have an appointment for that tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So that should be all taken care of by around 4 o'clock. It'll be done. But for now, I got the suspension of the truck done. I know it's really a good upgrade, something you should do when you put bigger tires on. You should do better upper control arms and tie rods, because those are common breaking points on these kind of trucks. So I'm happy I got that all dialed in now, and it sits about a 1/4 inch taller in the front now than it did after putting those control arms on, because I put the ball joints on the bottom, so it gives that little bit more lift. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you were able to follow the directions if that's what you're watching the video for. If you're new to the channel, check out my last video I post. I did it last night, and it was my intro to YouTube and kind of why I'm starting. And if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.